Hi everyone, Air here. I'm dropping in for a quick bonus episode with you guys after receiving an Instagram DM that just really hit me hard this morning. So, this beautiful soul, her name was Catherine, messaged me and she asked me about feminine energy. She is someone that is a powerhouse. She's that girl that has conquered her dreams. She's a full time entrepreneur, self made woman, and she is an inspiration. She has everything that you can imagine a independent woman would have, from having her own business, her own platform, but also, that lovely little blue check mark that you get on Instagram, a high following. She's the type of girl that honestly, from the outside in, you're like, wow, she has it all. And I am so proud of her. I'm so glad that I got to get to know her a little bit further. But there was just one thing that she had a question about. And this is where working with air can really come in play. Okay. She asked me, "Hey, Air, I have the life of my dreams, except for a couple of things. I'm always tired. My love life is confusing and hectic. I can't seem to find a guy that values me for who I am. And then also, she just wants to be able to receive and feel like a woman again." Oh, when I heard that, my soul reached out to her. My heart broke. I remembered all of the times where I was just like her. And I have to start with this with the fact that I was just like Catherine. A few years ago, I was very much burned out. I was exhausted. I ran retail stores all throughout South Florida as well as Tennessee. And I had the nonprofit. I was go, go, go. I had the books. I had the podcast. I had the glitz, the glamour. You would think it was phenomenal and I was living the dream. And in a lot of ways, I was living the dream. And I'm super proud of myself, and it's very important if you are a powerhouse woman that has a very awesome career or is an entrepreneur herself, this is for you. And this is something I think you're going to really resonate on. Okay, here's the thing. I've talked about this a few different times on the podcast, but that was back in season 1. It's season 2 now. So let's do a quick refresher. I am someone that is a human trafficking survivor. I've had a lot of hard chapters in my life. And for me to be self made and to build myself back up, to get my graduate education, to own my own businesses, to be able to coach women, to be able to learn about psychotherapy, to own this podcast, everything, it didn't happen overnight. It was a lot of hard work. And in that hard work required a lot of masculine energy. It required a lot of get up and go, build, protect, provide. These are very masculine energy qualities. Build, protect, provide. And I get it. When you are out here, if you are a single woman or if you are a refugee or an immigrant or a human trafficking survivor like me, it is even harder because we are coming from literally the bottom of the barrel and working our way up. With that, I want to let you know I was exhausted, working 80-hour weeks, afraid that I was going to lose it all the time. I never took breaks. I unfortunately sacrificed so many important things: holidays, weddings, friendships, relationships. All of these took the price of me being in this heavy energy. But even more importantly, I lost a lot of myself. I stopped taking care of myself. I didn't work out. I wasn't paying attention to my skincare or my hair. I wasn't reading. I wasn't going to the beach. I wasn't taking any vacations. And it was showing up in my mental health as well as my emotional health. And of course, in all of my relationships. So that hurt so much all the time that I constantly felt like I was going to pass out or I was going to cry. Now, here's the thing. Someone came into my life just like I'm coming into your life, and they taught me how to return back to my feminine energy. And it was the most beautiful gift I can ever imagine receiving. And they came into me and my life, and I was forever changed. I had a lot of resistance towards this in the beginning because in the beginning, I was afraid. I was so terrified of losing everything I had worked so much hard to get. I was afraid that I'd lose my house that I bought myself. I was afraid that I would lose my business. I was afraid that I wouldn't have money to provide for me and my resources and my family. I was terrified to return to this feminine energy. And it wasn't until someone proved to me, like I can prove to you, that you can make more money, have more fulfilling relationships, and be happier and more rested and softer than ever if you return back to your feminine energy. This is such a beautiful process to work through. And honestly, it just takes about 3 sessions to really get the gist and see changes. But before I sold my company and went back into 2018, I had several moments of resistance. So many. And looking back, all I could say is I wish I would have known this sooner. Now let's get into one other aspect of it. And this is about what I love to talk about, and it's called polarity. Now, you'll hear me all the time on Instagram or on our email list or newsletters when I speak on stage. I talk about polarity because it's such an interesting concept to me. Because I am a Gemini, so that might be part of it. But the duality, the polarity, the gradients of who we are as being multifaceted human beings. Multifaceted human beings is a very fancy way just to say we're not just one thing. We are several things. And in all of our composition of our personality, everything that makes us who we are, we have different energy. For instance, some days you wake up and you're like, how do I get out of bed today? And then other days you wake up and, the alarm didn't even go off and you are already brushing your teeth, getting ready, getting that first coffee. For me, I don't even drink coffee, but for me, it's definitely that first strawberry refresher at Starbucks or tea. I showed a little bit of my cards just now, but who doesn't like a little bit of vulnerability at the end of the day? Okay, so feminine energy and masculine energy are just two things that belong within you. You have both. And for instance, if you didn't have both, you wouldn't be on this podcast listening how to improve yourself, receiving this knowledge, but also getting out there into this real world and accomplishing your dreams. That's both feminine energy as well as masculine energy. But here's the thing. Whatever your makeup is, you will naturally need to be in one or the other at different times throughout the day and throughout your life. As women, we have a superpower. And this, if you have listened to nothing else so far, will change your life if you investigate it, research it, and work with me on it. As a woman in business, if you lean into your feminine energy, you will make more money, accomplish more of your goals faster, and be able to rest and take more breaks than ever. I had to prove this to myself because I am stubborn. If you ever get to talk to me for long enough, you will know I am a headstrong type of girl, and I had to prove it to myself. I was thankful that I did have the friend that shared what polarity looked like in a business setting for a woman and also shared in a relationship setting. Relationships do not have to be difficult. They don't have to be painful. They don't have to be hard. You don't have to deal with abuse. You definitely don't have to deal with abuse. Let me repeat that one more time for those in the back. You do not have to deal with abuse. But also, You don't have to deal with the bare minimum. You shouldn't be in situationships. I don't even know what that word really means because it's not even in my vocabulary as something that I allow in my life. The indecisive person, man, woman, you don't need them. There's this thing when you enter into your feminine energy and you open yourself up to a softer era, a more gentle, receiving, kind, beautiful, creative, soft era, that things just naturally are attracted to you. Life is softer and so sweet. And this shows up in relationships. Because if you are someone that is looking for a man out there that is that healthy masculine energy, the type of man that shows up, he is dependable. He walks the talk. Ah, I'm getting hot over here. He's handsome as hell. Oh, but most of all, he's a good man. Yes, girl, you deserve this. It's yours. We can get you there so quickly. Entering into your feminine energy is a part of polarity. And another fantastic concept, and this will be my wrap up for the bonus episode here. If you want to work with me later, go ahead and DM me on Instagram. You can automatically book an appointment on Calendly or on my Instagram page directly. But here we go. It's okay to turn it on and to turn it off. And when you learn how to switch the switch, your life will be magical. A lot of people call this manifesting. Some people call it strategic moves, like chess. I just call it the flip of the switch. This is something I actually have really studied with Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn and going into Angelina Jolie. All of these different women that just tend to have this captivating energy. Princess Diana, Michelle Obama, they're in their feminine, but they know when to turn on their masculine. And they know how to turn it right back off whenever they're with their man. It's a beautiful art. To me, it reminds me of dance or yoga. Again, very feminine qualities that I enjoy, experiences that I love to do. But here is what you have to do next. You have to let go of the past. Obviously, what you did in the past didn't work, or you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. And girl, there is one thing I will say with you. I will tell it like it is all the time because I'm not here to make you feel good in this aspect. We can go and celebrate later after we get everything that you're after, all those goals accomplished. But for right now, I am here to tell you like it is because I want you to win. I want you to be happy. I want you to no longer be in a fetal position on the bathroom floor crying over that guy. I don't want you to be scared that you can't pay your bills. I want you to win, and you're going to. You're going to win. I've already won. I can help you get there. So with that, thank you so much for tuning into this message. As you can tell, it's dearly on my heart. You have this. It's already yours. Just learn the tools. And as always, thank you for healing and growing with me today.